So first up, your channel page. When you first sign up to YouTube, you'll just be a user. So your channel address will just be youtube.com/u for user /your name, which might be Louise Croft. But once your channel has got a few subscribers and you're starting to grow, you can then register it as a proper channel address. This is where you'll get to customize the title and it will say /c for channel instead. This is a really exciting point because it means that your channel is kind of legitimate, a real existence, ready to go on YouTube. So definitely work towards getting to that first stage. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is make yourself a lovely channel header, your big channel art. And YouTube gives you the dimensions for this, but it's really important as well to remember that it will change size on different devices. They give you a layout so that you can check what it's going to look like on a phone, on a tablet, on a computer, but you really want to bear that in mind when you're choosing what text and images to have. You should also be aware of the section where the social media icons come up, and you don't want that to block any important text that you've got there. Another handy tip is to have a big arrow asking people to subscribe. A theme throughout this video is going to be have subscribe options as often as you can. So we're going to come to building your subscribers later, but in this first bit, when you're doing your channel art, try and do an arrow or a quote to subscribe. You want to make sure your channel art really represents you. So if you're coming from a blog originally, you want to have similar themes to your blog, or if you're starting anew, you want to make sure it reflects your style. Maybe it's really brightly coloured, maybe it's monochrome, maybe it's quite minimalist, or maybe it's really busy and exciting. It just depends what kind of channel you're doing. If you're doing a gaming channel, it's probably going to be brightly coloured and dynamic. But if you're quite a minimalist interior designer, you'll want it to be much more clean with just black, elegant font. So it really depends what kind of style you're coming from, but make sure that you customize your channel art as a priority number one. A couple of handy tools to build your channel art. You can of course do it in Word with overlaying images and arranging things, but I'd also really recommend both Canva and PicMonkey. They're both free websites that do really beautiful designs. You build them yourself, but they give you a lot of help and suggestions and templates that you can use. So definitely check those out to make sure you're building beautiful channel art. Or, of course, you can also use Photoshop if that's something you have access to. I've invested in Photoshop and I use it for everything now, but if you're just getting started, Canva or PicMonkey will be absolutely fantastic as well. So the next thing to do is choose your icon, which is the little kind of Facebook profile picture. So for that, you want to actually consider it very differently to a Facebook profile picture. On mine, it's my face because it's a fashion blog, it's kind of about me. But it might be that you want to have a logo instead, or perhaps a cartoon of yourself. It really depends what kind of channel you're doing and what you think will really suit you. You have to remember that this is going to be your signature and your brand throughout the whole of YouTube. It's going to be your subscribe button, it'll be your comment button on other people's videos. It's going to be all across YouTube and in all different sizes. So make sure that it works well in big and small, and it really sums up who you are. Is it friendly? Is it crazy? Is it chic? Is it relaxed? It really needs to sum up who you are totally. So it may not be a picture of you, it might be a logo, but it's really worth considering and getting perfect. And of course, it's not a lifelong commitment. If you want to change it, maybe you can test different ones and see what you think works better. It's recommended that once you've chosen one, you stick with it for a while because it is going to become your brand and you want people to recognize it across the platform. But you can also change it if you decide that you change the direction of your channel or you come across a picture that's more suitable. So the next thing to do is change the layout of your page. I'd highly recommend adding sections down at the bottom. I personally have each section as a separate playlist. So for example, I have a playlist of just my travel videos, just my beauty videos, just my charity shop videos, just my lookbooks, and I have them all separately. You can also just add a section that's your most popular videos or your most recent videos, but I'd really recommend building in sections at the bottom because when someone arrives at your page, it's going to give them plenty to look at and navigate and help them get straight to the videos that they want. So you might even call it popular videos, but actually put in the ones that you most want people to watch because they really represent your highest quality or the ones that you want to grow the quickest. So definitely use the add a section button to customize the layout of your channel. It's also important that you have every video in a playlist somewhere. Most of my videos are in several playlists. So I have a playlist that is just everything. It's even called everything, and it has every single one of my videos in. But I also have channels that sort of overlap. So I have a playlist for fashion, and I have a playlist for charity shop, and I have a playlist for hauls, And as you can imagine, lots of videos fall into 2 or even 3 of those categories. The more playlists you can have, the better, and the more videos you can have in each playlist, the better. So you definitely shouldn't have any videos that aren't in a playlist, because it's a really great way for YouTube to promote your content. So perhaps someone will be searching for charity shop haul, and they'll actually get my playlist come up on the search results rather than my video. And then they can watch the whole playlist within that. It means that the autoplay function is really good because it's already going to be really relevant content. So definitely build all your videos into playlists and make as many playlists as you can.